So you're an amazing healer, coach, or therapist. You heal people all the time. You help them move through trauma. You help connect the dots between things that have gone wrong in their life and the kinds of issues they're dealing with now, whether it's negative relationships or pain or disease. But when it comes to your own healing, you're falling flat. You just can't seem to heal maybe some of the very same things you heal in other people. So, first of all, if this is you, I want you to know this is extremely common. It's extremely normal. There's that saying, healer, heal thyself. And that sounds all well and good. But the problem is, if you don't know what's actually causing the problem, causing you to be able to heal everyone else, but not heal yourself, then that doesn't really help. And from the healers and coaches and therapists that I work with, I can tell you that lots of us get imposter syndrome when we have something that we can't seem to heal despite being able to help other people. Okay. So, one of the most important things to recognize is that this is a very normal phenomenon. The second thing to know is there's a very real reason why this is. So, if you can remember growing up, perhaps, and if you're a healer, a coach, or a therapist, you probably were the kind of person that observed human nature quite a bit. You probably were kind of a pattern seeker. You probably noticed that there were connections, there was cause and effect between things in people's lives, the ways they were behaving, and the outcomes or consequences, right? And maybe if you were a physical empath like me as well, you would really understand some of the underlying issues leading to pain and disease for people around you. Okay. So that if you remember back then, the way that you were and how you were observing everything outside of yourself and being able to see easy connections, it's much easier to see those connections when we are not personally in the drama or in the middle of the situation. So I liken this to as if you're watching a movie on a movie screen, right? You're watching this movie or you're watching this movie at home and you're, watching all the different things and all the different characters. And it's pretty easy to start to predict, well, this person's doing these things, that's going to have this consequence in their life. And it's impersonal. It's not inside yourself. You're able to see the whole picture because you're not inside the picture. Okay. So what happens for us as healers, as coaches, as therapists is that not only are we very busy helping other people heal, but we are also in the middle of the situation. It's not outside ourselves as if it's on a movie screen. We're actually the key player, the key actor. And so a lot of times we just don't have that perspective of backing away enough to be able to see what might be actually happening. The things we would so easily see in a client coming to us, we won't necessarily see. And I can tell you, this happens to me. And I mean, I do this work all day. I translate people's pain and disease all day long. It's honestly an incredibly easy thing for me to do. It's very natural for me to do it. And yet for myself, I'll have something happening and I'm like, what is going on? And my husband, who has been with me a long time and is very used to me and my work, will look at me and be like, are you serious? Are you not seeing this connection? Because he knows what the connection is, but he's on the other side of it. He's not inside, right? So one of the things that you can do right off the bat, as if you are having something you just can't heal that you seem to be able to heal in other people, number one, get away to a place, or it doesn't even have to be getting away, just somewhere that you can have some quiet space, quiet time, clear your head, and start doing some stream of consciousness writing about what's going on. Just say, like, why am I not healing at the top of the page? And just start stream of consciousness. If you don't know what stream of consciousness writing is, like Virginia Woolf was a big proponent. I think she might have created it, or James Joyce, one of them. And it's basically just writing things out without editing. You just let your hand go and you start just writing. And you write until you feel like you don't need to write anymore. What this does is oftentimes it will sort of bypass your conscious mind and it will allow you to connect in the subconscious, and things will come out in connections that you just maybe wouldn't have consciously seen. Now, a recommendation is if you do this, write it and then walk away from it completely. Don't even reread it at that moment in time. Walk away from it completely for a day or two, then come back with fresh eyes. What I find is when I do this for myself, many times I will have some nuggets and connections that I wasn't consciously paying attention to that were right there under the surface, but I was too busy doing all the things we do and helping other people to turn that eye upon myself and offer myself the same level of care and love and help that I do others. Okay. So that's one tip I have for you. Another tip I have, if you have a very trusted, and I do mean very trusted person in your life, like for me, my husband is definitely that person, you can actually talk it out with them. I find that sometimes when I just simply start talking something out, one, the other person may be able to reflect back to me, well, I noticed this pattern or I see this thing happening that it's just kind of like holding a very gentle mirror. Again, this is why this must be a extremely trusted person for you because you don't want somebody, I don't know, messing with you, I guess, or having ulterior motives to telling you something, right? So that's it can kind of help. I also find that I almost answer my own question when I sort of talk something out. As soon as I kind of put voice to it, there's oftentimes that like moment, right? Third thing you can do. So I find that doing something else, having that topic in my mind, but then going and doing something else. So the topic of why am I not healing this? What's the underlying root? And then going and taking a walk, completely clearing my head and doing a walk. Or for me, honestly, being in the shower, washing my hair. There's some scientific studies, and I wish I could cite them, but I will go find them if you want them, that it's basically if you distract yourself and you do something completely polar opposite to thinking about something, then solutions will often pop in. For those of you that are very intuitive, you probably are already going to know this. This happens quite frequently. So for me, sometimes it's literally being in the shower, washing my hair, and suddenly an answer comes. So those are sort of three things top of mind that you can try right away. And again, instead of beating yourself up and feeling like an imposter, recognizing that it is much harder when we are inside of the situation to be able to recognize the patterns. Now, the fourth thing I would suggest is that I have some tools that can really help you to dig in and be able to get to that root really quickly and answer your own question quite fast, quite effectively. I am going to be putting on regularly, and the first one is in a couple of weeks, something I'm calling the Radical Healing for Healers 5-day intensive. And what this is it will actually take you through first. You'll take my flow factor test, which will identify exactly in which of 7 areas of your mind, body, and life you have out of the flow beliefs, unconscious beliefs that are causing issues and tuning you into problem patterns as well as pain and disease. And from there, I will take you through the exact process I use to be able to help you to be able to translate the exact message behind any pain and disease you're dealing with. And finally, I will show you how to create your own personalized, bespoke action plan that will work exactly how you need it to in the most effective way for you. So if you're interested in that, check out the caption below this. I would love to have you join. This is really something I'm going to be doing as a service for all the healers out there that are dealing with this sort of thing where they're just not getting to the underlying message and being able to help themselves heal. And within 5 days, you should not only have the answer, but know exactly the path to being able to get yourself to that healing journey that you put everyone else on. So please make sure to check this out. If you know some healers, coaches, and therapists this would be helpful for, please do share and please subscribe and like this video. It really helps me so much to have subscribers and likes because it helps me know what kinds of topics I should take on next. If you have a question about being a healer, a coach, a therapist, an empath, or any pain or disease issues or questions, please comment below. I will be happy to do whatever I can to help you from there. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.